What's up, everybody, and welcome in to another edition of Big Man on Basketball. Today is Tuesday, February 7th, 2023. I hope you're all having a great day wherever you are. As always, I'm your host, Jeff Nadu, and we are here on the Barstool Sports YouTube channel every day, Monday through Friday, 4 o'clock Eastern, giving you your daily dose of college hoops and other betting information. I hope you're having a nice day here. Interesting Tuesday card, isn't it? Got a lot of games here tonight, a little bit better than last night's card. There's actually a lot of interesting matchups on the card, whether it's the Big East or the Mountain West or the SEC or even the MAC. There's something for all of us to wet our whistle with, and we'll do exactly that. Talking about at least 5 games, taking some of your questions as well, and really wrapping up the afternoon here. So do me a favor, hit that like button if you're joining the show here. Make yourself and presence known in the chat box to the right of the show if you're watching it on YouTube. And if you're checking us out on Twitter, welcome. Do me a favor, hit that retweet button. Get the show out there. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't to the channel. Let's say hello to a couple of folks here on a Tuesday. If you have any questions on anything, doesn't have to always be basketball. If you have a question on something, you're welcome to ask it. Reminder, I want to remind you guys of something in just a second. Nadu, what's up? Byron, how you doing? Knuckle Sandwich. Do you ever do any Barstool Sports appearances? Come to Hollywood Casino and play at my blackjack table. Get food and drink comps for you. All right. Well, maybe I'll look into that. I don't play much casino games, but yeah, I once in a while go to the York Barstool Casino. I'm actually probably going to go there Wednesday or Thursday to do some to betting for the Super Bowl. Scott Shearer, welcome in. I have no idea. I haven't looked at the NBA. Green Bay with the deep dive Nuggets. I got to start calling you Jacques Cousteau. Yeah, Kelly and I, we kind of came to an agreement on that one last night. All my leans came in. Of course, my Southern play was not good and lost. And my play on Pine Bluff naturally went to overtime and pushed. That was a pretty rough one. I mean, Pine Bluff actually hit a 3 at the end of the first overtime, and it had an and one opportunity. All they had to do was hit the free throw. It would have been on the seesaw, and we would have covered. We would have either won or lost. The kid obviously misses the free throw. Game goes into the second overtime, and they push. But what are you going to do? But Miami rolled. Kansas got the job done, and Green Bay, of course, covered. But what are you going to do? The show's the show. What's up? Mitchell Watson, welcome in. Don't tell me what to do, okay? Again, get out of here. Go get lost. I don't got to do anything. But believe me, trust me, I've had people that are way more volatile than you tell me that I can't come to their city. Okay? I've been assaulted by people. Don't come to my city. Fuck you. I'll do whatever I want. I'm not coming for you. Alan Ajed. And by the way, if you have something to say, you know where I'll be. Alan, what's up, my man? Joseph Mills, welcome in. A great Tuesday. Yes, it is. Great Tuesday for some college hoops. Adrian Santiago, what's up? By the way, you're never there on Friday. You say you do Monday through Friday. LOL. I do. I wasn't here Friday because I had some internet problems here in my house. But whatever. Okay. Like button hit. Thank you. David Healy, welcome in. It's better if you're on by yourself. You're more focused. Well, no. I mean, I actually prefer a guest. Good to see you. Same to you. What's up? How you doing? Yep, he'll be back on Thursday. Good. Good for you. Starting to figure out live betting. It's a new kind of rush. Yeah, live betting's fun. Absolutely. All right. Let's go. Let's get into some games here tonight. I want to start it out with a game that starts at 6:30 Eastern. You got Uconn and Marquette. Uconn laying 4.5. Total is 147.5. I'll admit, I played this at 3.5 minus 120. I think at 4 it's good. I got to admit, I even do like it at 4.5. I played a better number than 4.5. And I think, in this business, if you're not betting it, early or at least, What are you waiting for, right? This line wasn't going to go down, okay? It was only going to go up. A couple of things here that really scream UConn to me. I always am one to look at the first matchup when something happens and say, okay, what happened here that probably doesn't happen again? First matchup, Marquette won by 6 in Marquette. Okay, so throw in the fact that this is a venue change. And what happened in the first game? Well, Adamas Sanogo only played 19 minutes. That's one thing. He's fully healthy. So that probably won't happen again. He'll probably be more of a factor both on the offensive and defensive end. He only had 10 points in that game. You also look at the fact that Marquette had some home cooking. I believe they shot 12 more free throws than UConn did. Plus, we look at this spot and we ask ourselves, Marquette has not lost in a long time. In fact, they have only lost once since Christmas. They lost an away game at Xavier. They're not going to continue to have this sort of positive regression. It's going to at some point fall out. And I think this is the game where it happens. We still have to admit UConn is a good team. They're well coached. Okay, they've got a great big man. And we look at, I think the one thing here, and mark my words, if UConn turns the ball over less than 13 times, they will win this game. That is the biggest thing in this game because the big problem that UConn has been their ability of turning the basketball over. And we look at, let's say, performances where they were elite in. Most notably, let's look at the game against Creighton, a game they won 69-60, 5 turnovers in that game. You cannot turn the ball over. And I know that's going to be a problem because Marquette's really handsy. They're always good defensively. But to me, UConn is still a great defense. Having that crowd behind them tonight is huge in this game. And this just screams Square Bettor's going to take Marquette. Marquette's getting 4.5. I got to take them here. I think this is a double-digit win for UConn. I think we vault them back into the national picture again. Remember, I mean, we look at UConn in their current makeup. You know, this is still a really good basketball team. This is still one of the best defensive teams in America. This is still, okay, and this is a big thing in this game. There are 2 things. I mentioned turnovers, how you can't turn a ball over. UConn is also one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country. In the first game, they had 14 offensive rebounds. If they can get past that number tonight, I think they will win and cover this game. Very important. And with a healthy Sanogo, I think that's going to allow and propel them to win this game going away. So I'm going to take UConn. I'm going to lay. I played 3.5. It's up to 4.5. I think 4 is still a pretty good number. You know, once you start to get above 4, you start getting into that no man's land territory. The good thing for UConn is great free throw shooting team, 75% on the season, 76% in conference. So very good free throw shooting team, can extend the lead. I think UConn gets the job done. It really puts on a really great performance tonight. Almost 300 people in here. Thank you for watching. Do me a favor, hit that like button. If you have a question, feel free to opine in the chat. I would greatly appreciate that. Duke was a tough pick. I don't know. I guess you had them. Yeah, it was a rough one. They did not play well last night. Thanks, Foley. Welcome in, man. Am I going to Arizona for the Super Bowl? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'll get to Kansas State. That's definitely on my list. UConn absolutely has to win this game. Yes, remember, that is not always, just because they have to win doesn't mean they're going to win. But I do kind of feel like this spot kind of really suits them tonight, doesn't it? Yeah, I didn't have much of Mizzou. They're not really a team that I want to bet to roll any kind of team. They're just not really built like that. I don't think they're good enough defensively, but I didn't really have much on it. I'm a Marquette fan, but I have no real feel for this game. I'm confident in Kolek assists. Yeah, I don't play props, but it does seem like Marquette fans are a little concerned. This guy says he's terrified. Yeah, it's a tough game, but again, this is the thing about the regular season. This is not a game that will defy Marquette, right? It's almost like if you're Alabama in football and you lose to Georgia. It doesn't hurt your national standing. Both these teams are really good nationally, and both these teams have the ability to go very deep into March. So it's a great game. I think they split the season series. There's no love lost, and everything happens. He wasn't healthy. He played 19 minutes, man. The truth is, though, he didn't play, and I think him being more important in this game is important. He played 19 minutes. He wasn't healthy as far as playing. He didn't play. Why do you guys have to always constantly have some of you just have to be the right right and everything. Sanogo is still one of the best defensive players in America, man. That's not what I'm saying. These home spots against a higher ranked opponent have been a moneymaker. Let's go, Uconn. Well said. Well said. Again, fits the system. No, they're not dead. They're 18-6. They're just fine. I don't always list the home team. I always list the team favored, and that's generally the home team. Guys, why do we worry about some of this stuff? I'm always fascinated by some of the folks that worry about this innate stuff. Anyone can claim a number they got, show the slip to prove yourself. No, I don't need to show anything. I don't care what you do. Do what you want. Bet Marquette then. I don't care what you do, Zach. I don't care whether you believe me or not. I don't need to show you anything. You don't pay my bills. I don't need to show you anything. A great MAC slate tonight. Yes. And that's the next game we're going to talk about. How about that for transition? Akron. This is another big game for the Zips. Akron hosting the Toledo Rockets, the best offensive team in this conference. I bet against Akron and liked Kent the other night. Kent just couldn't score the basketball. It didn't seem like they get some stops either. Really didn't have a good first half. Well, they give up 36, 37 points. Akron's really good. And I think the thing about Akron this year that makes them so dangerous is they're good defensively, but they're really good on offense too. You know, Enrique Freeman has really become just a terrific player. You look at Enrique Freeman, he was, just kind of a very undiscovered kid, right? Super good student, the son of a cop. His mother's a police officer in Cleveland, I believe. I actually met him at the Invitation. A really good kid, nice kid. And their coach talked about just the kind of kid he was. He's an All-American academic-wise and just a really, really good dude. And he's a great player. I think he has NBA talent. I think he's got to get a little stronger up top, but definitely I think has the ability at the next level if he finds himself there. That said, and I saw the great Jordan Majewski mention this, that if you can pull him away from the rim, that's kind of essential. And if you look at how Toledo plays, that's how they do it, right? Shoemate is a guy that really can move all around, really good shooter, kind of like Ryan Rollins was at Toledo. I've said before, I think Ray J. Dennis is the best guard in this conference. I mean, he is just terrific. Obviously, Toledo's ability to score, turning up the tempo in this game. I think this is a great game. I think this is probably the game that we thought the Kent game would be. Obviously, Toledo is on the road here. These schools are all very close to each other. I don't think you'll make a ton of money betting on road teams. But I have to admit, I actually kind of like Toledo tonight. I've had some success with them this year offensively right now. And really right now, this is where they're playing their best basketball. They've been really, really good at super high levels, whether it's against Buffalo or Ohio or even against like the Eastern Michigans or the Central Michigans. They're blowing those types of teams out. I think turning the tempo up here could definitely bother them a little bit. You also look at the fact that one of the ways Akron really scores the basketball, they're very reliant on the free throw line. This is a really, while not good defensive team, they're pretty adept at not putting you on the line. So I think kind of speeding them up a little bit. I think this is the game that we kind of thought maybe the Kent would be. And you look at in the regular season last year, Toledo turned the tempo up, won a game, I think 86-74. But you look at in the MAC title game, the MAC tournament, Toledo beat Akron or lost to Akron. So this is a kind of a spot that I think that really older group that Toledo has, the Rakeem Mosses, the Cedric Milners, the Ray J. Dennis, the Shoemates, they remember that game last year. This is a major revenge game if you're Toledo. Lost that game last year 70-62 in a MAC tournament. So yeah, I think for me, I'm gonna end up probably taking Toledo in this game, plus 2.5. And I'm gonna just kind of think that they really kind of let the rest of this conference know, hey, listen, offense still wins in this conference, and our offensive machine is just really good. So I'm skeptical with Toledo. It's hard to bet them just because in certain spots this year, they have come up a bit short on the road. But I have to be honest, I've been really happy with them, really since the flip of the year. The only loss they've had was to Kent, a team, weirdly enough, that's a lot like Akron. But Something tells me the Toledo Rockets get the job done tonight. A little revenge game. So I'm going to back Todd Kowalczyk and the boys tonight, plus 2.5. I think it's a close game. I think it comes down to the wire. Let's jump into the chat. Let's see some others here. Yes, I agree. I think this could be one of the best games of the night. I'm really looking forward to it. It's definitely going to be the one that I'm on. Didn't have much in that one. I don't want to bet Maryland on the road. That's pretty self-explanatory. Is this a letdown spot? No. I don't think you have letdown spots in a Big Ten. I mean, unless you're playing like Nebraska or something. Rutgers is a good team. They're not as good a road team as they should, but they're still really good. And they're still, I think, to me, defensively still high level. Look, I like Indiana as a dog, right? Or in the spot they were in on Saturday. This more seems to me like a game that's close. If you're getting 5, maybe, I would maybe back Rutgers. All right. All right. Canes to win it all is a good one. Man, this fucking guy just will not quit. No one said he wasn't not healthy. He didn't play the full fucking game. He had 19 minutes. Therefore, he didn't play. It's not hard to understand, dickhead. Holy shit, dude. We get it. You know about the Big East, and you're adamant in telling us it. The truth is, though, he probably will play more tonight. Fuck, man. Why do I have to get like this with some of you fucks? Toledo is a dog. Yes, they are, and they should be. All right. I'm smoking a bowl and seeing some of these comments. I should be smoking a bowl. I really should, because I wouldn't just do what I just did. But some of you fucks, man, it annoys me. I'm the professional here. I know what I'm fucking talking about, motherfucker. Nobody said Klingon didn't play well, but you didn't have the best player in the game. I wasn't trying to say he wasn't playing well. Any thoughts on UVA tonight? No, didn't have much in that one. They're not good as a favorite. They're actually horrific as a favorite. NC State has been hard to figure out to me. All right. Well, then I guess I'll be wrong here. I guess we'll see. One of us will win, I guess. We got Barstool at York, PA. Yep, I will be there. I think on Thursday I'll probably go there. No concern that Toledo has never won a big game. I mean, they haven't? What do you mean they haven't won a big game? They literally beat UAB, which was a huge game. They beat Vermont, who's really good. They beat in Buffalo and Ohio, were all big games. What big game? What do you mean a big game? So they didn't beat Akron last year? What? I didn't have much on the team total. I just like the side here. All right. Let's get into the next game here. This is an interesting one. Kind of one I just wanted to bring up from a total standpoint. I think it's a tough game sidewise, but something screamed to me that this total might be a little high here. I think this was, to me, like a first to 68, 70 wins. I think it's a game played in the 60s, right? Both teams are very reliant on the half court. And I'll tell you what, Texas A&M, we don't give them enough credit for how good they are in the half court. You look at the average possession length for their opponent, super slow. They're just making them work for every shot. This is a different Auburn team than the one we're familiar with. They played a lot slower. They're good on defense. Janai Broome, big shot blocker kid down low. This just kind of screamed like a first to 65 wins. I didn't get there with it and haven't bet it just yet, but just a game in the SEC that I don't think we're paying enough attention to. Look at the first time they played, got to 142. But you look at, there were 48 free throws in that game. Let me say that again. There were 48 free throws in the game, and it still only got to 142. Probably not going to happen again. So if that's just a normally fouled game, the game is in the 130s probably. Neither team shot the ball well. Neither team wants to shoot threes either. And that's another thing that I'm always looking at. It's 3-point attempts to field goal attempts. A&M is 272nd, Auburn 238th. Both these teams want to operate in the half court, take time off the clock, and kind of settle for either bad jump shots or they're just not real good offensively. So for me, I'm going to kind of settle in on, I think, what's a really good defense in Auburn and a defense that's been super solid in A&M as well. So, and that don't shoot a lot of threes either. So probably aren't going to get 48 free throws. So again, I'm looking at something that jumps out in the first matchup, and I say, okay, what did we see there that we may or probably won't see in here, right? So now some, like the game we're going to talk about in a little, I think a lot of the time you just have to go with what makes sense, right? But in this game, I think that was kind of an outlier that I don't think we're going to see here. So kind of a couple pieces of good information there. 370 people in here. Welcome in. Thanks for watching on YouTube. If you're checking us out on Twitter, welcome in as well. And I appreciate you all being here. Thank you for jumping in. Auburn's offense doesn't travel. No, it doesn't. What else do we have here? Do I have any thoughts on Tulane? No, I don't have any thoughts on Tulane. That's a tough coin flip. Cincy I like as well. Any thoughts on Kentucky? Kentucky, Arkansas? No. Kentucky's kind of looked up recently. I'll be talking about that game in a minute. For real, dude, your frustration is warranted. Yeah, it gets old, man, some of this shit, man. Like, I love talking about basketball, but it's like some of you fucking people, it's like, do you just sit here and look for something to fucking complain about? Like, you had a guy complain that I put the favorite as the first game. Like, when I mention a game, it's Arkansas, Kentucky. I put the favorite. Like, he's bitching about that. It's like, can you ever just post something? It's like, okay, cool. Let me just watch and shut up. Or it's like you do a whole YouTube video, right? I do YouTube videos on like mafia content, right? You do a whole video and the person focuses on like maybe a name you said incorrectly because you speak differently than he does. And that's the one thing they put. It's like, do you know how hard I worked on this video? Like, do you know how hard much I put into this to make sure that the info is good and validated and correct? Like, it's just crazy, man. All right. Do I think no, I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less if they do or don't. I hate that team. No interest in betting them. Yep, that's another game I wouldn't be betting on. Why bet on Butler? Now, that said, I don't know why they're a favorite in this game. Is this the place they finally win? That said, I don't really trust St. John's either. So two bad teams that I wouldn't be betting on. All right. Seems like Uconn has been in this spot before, specifically against Xavier, laying 6.5. Do you think they may be getting overvalued or just lost to a great team? No. We could be wrong here, but no, they have been in the spot before and they didn't win, but that was that spot. I'll just assume they do better this time around. No, I'm not going to relax. That's another thing that I fucking hate. Don't tell me to relax. Don't be a douche and then get all pissed off and say, oh, you're the fucking sensitive one. That's another thing that annoys me. Don't say I'm a fat fuck piece of shit and then I responded, I'm the bad guy? You are, motherfucker. You said it. All right, let's get to this one. By the way, K-State's up to 5. And people will talk about Miles and Lampkin. They're not playing in this game, okay? It's pretty clear by the line. The people that are betting this game early that know they're not playing, that have driven this game up to 5, are betting a lot of money and are very good at what they do. They know what's going on here. Mike Miles, if he plays, he won't be a factor, and Lampkin, won't be a factor either. I think that's very clear here. K-State would not be a 5-point favorite if those guys were healthy. And we saw on Saturday, remember, I had Okie State in that game. We saw what Texas Christian was without those guys. And that game, I think it ended up being a lot closer than it was in the score. But in the grand scheme of things, that game was not a 6-point game, right? Because at one point, I mean, they were up, Oklahoma State was up, I think, 20 at the half. Oklahoma State just kind of took their foot off the gas. And it was close at the end, but for 70% of the game, TCU was completely getting wiped. It was 48-29 in the second half at one point. K-State, I think without those guys tonight, I think you got to lay it here. But you missed the best number. That's the problem. It's almost like the game with Marquette and Uconn. I played 3.5. I don't want to bet it higher. Unfortunately, guys, this is, the cost of doing business. I think if you've done this long enough, you shouldn't need to be walked through how all this works. When you spot a home team that you like and you see people out, you got to try to get the best price because this number's only going to go up. It ain't going to go down. So, yeah, I would play K-State here. I didn't get there with this one, and I didn't get that best number, so I'm not going to bet it at a bad number. Now, people say to me, you didn't like it. You liked it at 3.5, but you don't like it at 5. No, I don't, because that's a huge gulf, right? 4 is 2 possessions. 5, 6, we're starting to get into now. I got to win by closer to double digits to feel comfortable. So it's all about numbers to me, and the numbers are important. So I'm not going to bet this at 5 if I couldn't get 3.5. Because long term, you do that. Maybe I'll look at it live. If I see maybe K-State goes down, I don't know, 10-5 in this game or something, I get a better number. That's the good thing about live betting. I got one more game, but as customary, I kind of just go back and forth between the chat. Yep, like the stream. Thank you, Billy Butcher. Yep, I don't want to hear someone's giving it a go. I want to hear that I'm fully good to go and everything's going to be fine. Giving it a go means I'm probably not good to go, but I'm just going to play and I'm not going to be a factor. In fact, I'm going to hurt my teammates because I'm forcing myself to play. All right, what else do we have here? Oh, Why are you the only gambling person at Barstool that doesn't keep their record? Isn't that what good gamblers should do to keep track of gains and losses? Yeah, on a personal level, I do that. You're welcome to keep it. I mean, if that's something that you feel comfortable with, go ahead and do it. Every show is here. What do I need to? You know what I do every day. I have my face and voice on camera, and you know what I'm playing. What more do you want? What do you need from me? Why do all of you need validation with everything? Track it. Go ahead. Go ahead and watch every show I do and tabulate it. I'm not here to make you happy. I'm here to win money for myself and grind. That's what I do. That's why I keep my own content and records. I keep my own stuff. Go ahead and keep it. All right. A lot of complainers here, isn't there? Christ. A lot of good people. A lot of complainers today. I don't see he's the only one complaining. Zach, calm down, bro. Calm down. I don't have much on San Jose. That's not one I'm real interested in. I don't like Tim Miles. I don't think he's a very good coach, though he's been good. Hype Shez says, my son goes to Mizzou and loves your stream. Well, thank you. Shout out to your son. I don't know his name, but shout out to you and shout out to your son. Maybe he's watching now. Shout out to you, son. Nevada is a sneaky great matchup. Yeah, I like these late night games, isn't it? Aren't they? They're great. I'll get into that in a second. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that creep asking Sirianni about his kid. Was that EDP asking that? Was he in the building for media day? Boy, the NFL is really fucking themselves, aren't they? So you won't let Barstool in, but you let ED fucking P in? Is that who that was? Christ, what a freak, whoever that was. What a weird, what goes through your head? Look, I know like media days become a fucking joke and spectacle. And like, I guess that, look, don't get me started on journalism because I've had it. I fucking had it with journalists or journalists. Fuck journalists for the most part. These fucking scumbags that parade themselves around as journalists. You're not fucking journalists. Okay, fuck off. You're a fucking propaganda machine for all these fucking people you work for. Fuck them people. Real journalists are the people out there fucking getting after it. Independent, freelance people that are doing their own shit and actually reporting on the news. It's a shame. And that's the joke shit we got to deal with. You have people that are fucking out of media day to try to get questions out for people. And that's the shit you ask. What person on the Eagles do you want your daughter to, what kind of shit is that? She's a fucking little kid. What a freak. That person should have been escorted out and said, you are banned for life. Stay the fuck away from here. In fact, not only are we going to ban you, but you should be put on fucking some sort of website. What a freak. What a freak. Who was that did that? Did we find out about that? Um, where have you been the last 30 minutes? Holy shit. Oh man. Oh man. All right, final game I want to get into. New Mexico and Nevada or Nevada, whatever you call it. People hate I say Nevada. That said, I think we're going to have some points in this game. This one opened 148 and a half. I'll admit I bet it there. But I think this one is a fun one, back and forth. First game is 97-94, two overtimes. Now you'll see two overtimes. You say, well, Nadu was probably like 75-72. No, went way over in the regulation. These two teams, both good teams to score the basketball. They both go up and down. They're both very reliant on the free throw line, getting into the teeth of defense, high percentage basketball. Don't like to shoot a lot of threes, which sometimes is good, sometimes is bad. Now, when you have two offenses that are both transition reliant and get in transition, Nevada is a team, really good guard play. Get kids that can shoot the ball all over the place. New Mexico with House and Mr. Mashburn, two of the best at getting to the line in America. I just see points in this game. These are two defenses that I don't think are very good, two defenses that struggle to get stops. And I remember last time I played this game, Kelly in Vegas liked the over, flew over. And I remember I took a side here and we lost in overtime. I like the over here, and I'm willing to go back to the well in this game and play the over. I like, and I will say, Alford has had some pretty good success against New Mexico. Richard Pitino's team's been good, but both, again, teams struggle on defense. I think we see a lot of downhill basketball tonight, and two teams that generally like to play a high, all right? Any team with a pulse, it seems like Nevada has went over the number with. Utah State, 85-70. New Mexico, 97-94. Colorado State, 80-69. Pepperdine, 85-77. Just teams that are going to play fast as well. In Mexico is the fast group, right? You look at them against fast competition. UNLV, 84-77. Oral Roberts, 82-75. Utah State, 84-73. Now we're getting a total in the 140s, which is cool. Even low 150s. This isn't 158. So we got a little wiggle room here. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I created that word. I've been saying that word forever. Nope, you're the only one asking about it. And I said I'm not ranking it. Oral Roberts is the best team in the summit, and that's the only team that's relevant. What else do we have here? Was it actually EDP? No, it's a joke. It seemed like it was. Just a weird question. Well, we're not going to say who EDP is. He's a scumbag pedophile that is an Eagles fan. Nady, you should give us a tour of the apartment. That would be good content. No, it wouldn't. Because everyone would clown me because I live in an apartment, not a house yet, even though they don't know my financial situation. And I'm really just waiting for the best time to buy a home. I'm done putting my personal life on the internet. I told you guys that. I'm not doing it anymore. I'll mention it once in a while, have a good time with it, take a picture of sushi. I was taking a picture of sushi. I'm done putting my personal life on the internet. I'm done with it. You have ruined that, most of you. I'm done with it. Not doing it anymore. Shout out to the people that don't do it because they're the ones doing it right. Do you cook for women or do you do takeout? Usually just go out. All right. F. Steve Alford. All right. F. Steve Alford. Did you lay lumber with? I don't know who you're talking about. Are you talking about ebony? Are you talking about a specific? Who are you talking about? Yeah, of course I did. But I'm not going to talk about who it was. Any comment on what B-Walk said? No, what did he say? And not that I don't believe you, but I don't believe you. If multiple people say what he said, I'll believe it. What did he say? I really couldn't give a fuck all what he says, if I'm being honest. He's another one that I'm kind of tired of. I'm tired of his fucking holier than that. I've said that before. He thinks he is the fucking king shit. And I see what he's doing. He bitches because I don't come on Pick Central, but now all of a sudden we do remote. But I don't want to be on Pick Central. I'm good. I like all those guys, but he is out of control, and I couldn't give a fuck what he says. I don't really care about Brandon Walker. Nathan Bernard says, I want you to date my sister. I'm good, bro. I'm always good. Then again, I don't know what she looks like, but thank you. I'm glad you feel that way. Would I go UVM or UML to win the America East? I'll go Bryant. I'll go one better. No, I would go, if I had to pick the two, I would still go with UVM. Nope, I'm cranky when dumbass fucking idiots ask stupid questions. I'm good. I love life. Are you either going to move to Chicago or Miami? No, I'm not moving to Chicago or Miami. That's not that I know of. I guess you never know, but no, I plan to buy a house here, hopefully. Are you coming to Arizona for the Super Bowl? No, I'm not. Tim Silsby says, I really love your real talk and how you don't care what other people say or think. I don't. And I thank you, Tim. Thank you for the kind words, brother. Nope. I answered you already. I'm not going to Arizona. I thought you were bacala, man. What are you doing eating sushi? I actually love sushi. I eat a lot. What did Walker say? I feel like some of you people just, you get me to say shit. And I don't feel he said stuff about me in the past that I have a problem with, but I feel like someone was lying. And yeah, you worked because you got me to say something. But I've said all this before, so it really doesn't matter. Will you transition to NBA or strictly college basketball? No, when the season's over, I'll just go to do something else. I'll be betting baseball or something. That's how it works. UK isn't winning at all. I would agree. I agree with that. I don't think they're winning at all. Someone that must have asked about that, maybe. He said LeBron has the best highlight tape, and Stephen Che said D Wade's is better. What highlight tape? Highlight tape for high school, or like, what do you mean? I would think the best highlight tape would be LeBron. All right. Okay, guys, I am out of here. I am going to wrap this thing up. I got to go out and work out. And I've had a very long day. I did a 2-hour interview earlier. I think it's the best interview I've ever done. And I actually might be going to Sinaloa. I'm going to see if I can't make that happen. I have a connection in Sinaloa, and I've already been told that he will make it happen. I just have to go. And I can get very interesting content. So I'm going to see if that can be approved. I don't know if it will. And if it doesn't, I'll just go on my own. I think I'm going to try to do that, though. I'm going to try to interview some people. So maybe, go where no one's been before, or very few have gone before. That's the future, probably. So I don't know if I'll ever be there, but we'll see. So check out all that stuff. I got a great show coming out tomorrow on the Aryan Brotherhood on my show, The Sit Down. We're going to talk about to me, the most violent prison organization ever, a group that literally has run the federal system for years. Really interesting stuff. I hope you guys check that stuff out if you like that sort of thing. I really try to put in work with that, as the Aryan Brotherhood would, putting in work. So check that out. It's a good show. It's a very interesting show. All right. So yeah, that's that. So check out that. Go check out my YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter if you don't, at Jeff Nadu. I don't know why you haven't. But yeah. All right. I'll see you guys soon. I thank you for watching. We're back tomorrow. Kelly in Vegas will be here, which we look forward to every time Kelly's here. On Thursday, Jim Root will be back. So that's pretty exciting. 0% that happens. Okay. Well, I guess maybe, you can, watch it when it does. I'm sure you'll be long gone till then, but all good. Luckily I'm making inroads in that community. So, I know a lot of you don't understand or know what's going on, but I am. So, yeah, catch you all soon. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, tonight I took Marquette, or no, I took Connecticut minus 3.5 against Marquette. I think 4.5 is probably okay, but I got a better number. And I also like the Toledo Rockets. I'm going to take them plus 2.5 tonight. Have a great night. See ya.